Hello, how are you,
Oh,
Mr.
good, good. So let us explain what we're gonna do here tonight, and then we're gonna get their questions. So
Yep.
first, before we start, let us see people that are joining. Maybe they're joining from different places. Can you please comment here below in when you're joining state, and if you're out of United States, maybe which country you're joining from. Some comments down there.
How's the weather over there in New York?
Oh, the weather is good. I think now it's starting to go like maybe to get colder, but the last couple of days was cold.
Yeah, it's rainy here in Florida so bad.
Oh, raining.
Every day, 1 hour at least, it's raining.
Yeah, so it's sometimes it's good when it's raining, but okay. So I think we can start. So let us explain what we're gonna do here. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Elion, and I am the co-founder and the lead instructor at Neotech Academy. Today we're gonna talk about our next bootcamp. Let next batch start this Sunday, September 15th. And here live we have Okan. So he is one of our alumni, one of our success stories. He has done bootcamp like years ago. Now he's working as a QA, right, or senior QA
Yeah,
engineer.
yep.
And so and then I'm gonna try to ask you some questions from students' perspective, people that are thinking of doing the bootcamp, and then if you have questions from your followers, you can direct those questions to me, and maybe I'll try to answer those questions. So if you have any, I mean, first of all, introduce yourself. I know that everybody knows you, but like if you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. This is Okan. I know you guys know me from YouTube, from Instagram, maybe as a walking down the street guy, was the influencer guy. But I have a full-time job. I am QA engineer last 3 years, and I graduated from Neotech Academy almost like 3.5 years ago. So yeah, and I'm here to speak about my experiences.
Okay, so let me ask you. So some of the questions, like the people ask or they say, is this uh, bootcamp intensive? So, like from the student, what do you think? Was it difficult for you to do the bootcamp?
So I think depends on the people. Difficult means like if you pursue this career, if you like, if you're disciplined, and then if you really wanna be working on that IT field, and it's not that it's not that hard. So basically, you just need to follow the steps and then trust your lecturer, and then do your homework, and then do the group work and everything, and then when you switch to the real life, so it's gonna be way easier. So bootcamp, so it's been like 6 months I studied, and after that, it was easy transition for me from bootcamp to my job right now.
Okay, so let us ask the question maybe in a different way. So I know that the bootcamp is like 14 hours a week or 17 hours a week, like classes that you have to join. And besides those, we give a lot of homeworks, and also we have a couple of big projects during the bootcamp. So how many hours did you study besides those 17 hours of class?
Oh, so when I was in bootcamp, I was doing Uber. So basically, I was an Uber driver, and then I was working while if I don't have a class, if I don't have homework, if I'm done with that, I was driving for Uber. So other than that, I think every day maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours after the classes. I think that's enough as long as they keep the track of themselves. That's what I did. So I was just, even if I skipped the class, I was watching the classes after the class. Basically, I don't know if you guys still uploading those classes to Google Class. So I was watching from there.
Yeah, definitely. So after every class, we record the class, and then after the class, we share the recording so that the students can rewatch if they want, or if they
Yeah.
couldn't join the class, they can watch it later. And then, so I mean, basically, whatever I generally tell to the students, they have to spend extra 5 to 10 hours a week, like around 10 hours a week outside of the classes. And you
Yep.
said that during the boot camp you were working, right? So is it possible? Possible for you to like do the work and then continue with doing the boot camp, both of them at the same time?
Uh, Sometimes it's actually better. Like when I was not working for like doing any jobs, just the boot camp, you're just at home, you're just like studying, and then sometimes it's good to go out and then like take some break. Some people they just like work, 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 but I think giving some break is also helpful too. And then that's what I did, just working a little bit, and then I was focused on more the classes and doing my homeworks and everything.
So you're saying like you're working during the classes, and to give a break, you did some Uber.
Yeah, so so the classes was basically I was lucky because some people they have like other jobs and then they have schedule. But for me, Uber you can work whenever you want, and then that's what I did. After the classes ends, I was just driving basically like a couple of hours and then come back home.
That's good. So you like it was more flexible, and also during the boot camp, you were continuing your bodybuilding stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
Uh,
for sure. Yeah, it's been last 10 years, not just bootcamp.
yeah, and I quit 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So another question that the students generally ask, like whenever we invite somebody to the class, and then another question is, um, so I mean, how long do you take for you to find the job after the boot camp? So we know that boot camp month, but after the boot camp, how long do you take?
For me, it took only 1 month, and then I got 3 offers. It was really good, but I was applying all the job positions on the market. I was just like going to websites like Dice.com, Monster.com, all those websites. And then when I wake up early morning, I was just applying nonstop, all the job positions, and then I was able to get 3 offers after that. But it was good because my couple of interviews they were really bad, but I got experience, and then after that it got so much better.
Okay, so yeah, so the thing is, like after the boot camp, you apply to a lot of jobs. So can you say like a number? How many jobs do you apply?
I applied, let's say the interview wise, I applied so many, maybe more than 100, but I got 25 interviews. And then out of 25, I got 3 offers. And then the others was just getting to know the field, getting to know the market. And then how can, like, I was studying how to talk in like the during the interview process, stuff like that, because I was new. I was just trying to learn, and then I was just applying out of state, let's say on site job positions, just to get experience. But after that, after I got my experience, it was so much better. I was so comfortable. Let's say after 5 or 6 interviews, and then once you feel comfortable, the person in front of you who does the interview, so he can get the energy too, and then it's getting so much better. But first couple of interviews, they can fail. That's fine. It's all about the experience. But after that, it's gonna be so much better.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like first you mess up the first couple of interviews, but later on it becomes easier, and you get
Yeah.
used to it, and then you start learning how to talk in the interviews and how to communicate with recruiters.
Yeah, during that process, it's just a little bit like difficult mentally, just because like you just graduated from a boot camp, you're applying job positions, and then couple of interviews, they're gonna be bad. It can be good too, but it was bad for me. It's just challenging sometimes. But our mentors, Ahmet was there, Isam was there. I was calling them, was like, I don't know if I can continue applying job positions. The interviews are going bad, stuff like that. But they support me. They support the other my friends too. So we always in touch with the other, uh, let's say the people who graduate from Neotech Academy. And then sometimes before the interview, we set up meeting and then we ask questions to each other, and then that way it got easier.
Yeah. So by the way, during this process, I mean, another question is, uh, Neotech help you with a market process?
For the market process, yeah. So I got some tips about how to create my resume and then how to apply job positions, which website should I go and apply, things like that. So yeah, it was really helpful.
Okay, good, perfect. And like as I said, what about like another question is, what about are you working on site or are you working remotely in your company?
It was remote first, and then they switched to on site at least like 2 days or 3 days a week. So it's like hybrid right now.
Yeah. So depending on the company, right?
Yeah, depends on the some companies they are fully remote, so you can work from home. But some companies they want you to at least come 1 day or 2 day a week, so you can meet with the other people in the company, so you can create a network with them.
Okay, perfect. And then the last one is uh, like what another one is like what is the salary range? I mean, if it's whatever we say in our info sessions and
Yeah, so the salary range for like as a QA engineer, so my position was like a senior position when I applied the job title was senior QA engineer. So that's what I got the offer. So it was a little bit over 100K. I think the range is when I checked the market, it was like 80K to like 140, 145. Depends on the experience you have, depends on how comfortable you are, depends on the negotiation skill and everything.
yeah. And now we have one of Volkan is asking you a question. So can answer if you want to. So there are a lot of people in the sector that are applying to these jobs. Is it difficult to find a job for a person that have just done the bootcamp months and then is applying for the jobs? Would it?
So it's been a while for me. So the 3 years ago, it was a little bit easier compared to right now. That's what I hear from other people. But the thing is, the market is not just for IT; it's for like all over the United States. But I have some friends; they got offers like last month. So I think it depends on the how many times we apply the job positions and then the interview process and everything. Yeah, so it's a little bit maybe harder than it used to be, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. So by the way, just to, I mean, get another perspective to the question. So we in our bootcamp we teach the tools like the latest tools that are used in the industry, and the students are prepared for the. I mean, to be able to answer questions, to be able to go to the interviews, and of course the most important thing is that you have to apply as much as possible for the jobs so that you are able to get interviews. And then, as I said, like first interviews are a little bit difficult. You're scared, but with
Yeah,
practice, then it becomes easier. And like even last week we had a couple of students who were able to find a job. So even though the market sometimes is it goes down, still if you continue applying, then you're going to be able to land the job.
yeah.
Another one is, and this is very commonly asked question, is I mean, do you need a background to do the bootcamp? So we say that I mean, don't need any background. You can learn the bootcamp without a background, and then in 6 months you're able to land the job. But what about from your perspective as an ex-student?
From my experience, so you don't have to have a background to be honest, so as long as you're comfortable with your skills and then you can show them you're doing it and then you're tracking it. It's not a huge deal, but like you need to learn a little bit speaking of English, so you need to understand what they say to you and then you need to express yourself them too. So for the background was it doesn't have to be like IT. I have some friends in my company, they are graduating like they graduate from like way different majors, not even IT, but they are tech lead and then they're like a principal consultant, like they have like their titles but they don't even have the IT background. So I think it depends on the experience.
Yeah, definitely. And then one last question. I don't want to keep you for longer here. So what is like the last piece of advice you'd give to the people that are considering of doing the bootcamp?
So I know they are looking for some answer. They are looking for ways to, get in the IT field professionally. It's a really nice job. You have an engineering title, so it's like respectful and everything. But just don't give up. I know the market is not the best right now, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get the job. Like I have friends, they got the job last month. So I know the situation is a little bit tough, but as long as you apply every day, every day, it's gonna happen. So basically, just trust yourself and then study for the interview questions and just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, and then you're gonna get the job. Maybe 1 week, maybe 1 month, maybe 2 months, but at least you're gonna get it.
Yeah, definitely. So you have to commit about for something. You have to make sure that you learn the stuff, and then you make sure you apply for jobs until you find a job.
Yep, yep.
So So thank you very much for joining, Okan, and hopefully we're gonna see you soon in our next session.
Yeah, for sure. It was nice to seeing you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Bye bye.